Imagine a mountain so dangerous, even the most experienced climbers hesitate to challenge it. A mountain where one wrong step could mean the difference between life and death. Welcome to K2, often called the Savage Mountain, where the stakes are high, and only the bravest dare to summit. Welcome back to Fact Fusion Network. Today, we're diving into the story of K2, the world's second highest peak, but by far the deadliest, and what makes it more treacherous than even Mount Everest. At first glance, K2 looks like the perfect picture of a mountain. Its symmetrical, towering triangular shape gives it an almost iconic appearance. But don't let its beauty fool you. This mountain, located on the border of Pakistan and China, is anything but serene. It's notorious for being one of the most dangerous climbs in the world. As of August 2022, only around 700 people have reached its summit, while over 91 have tragically lost their lives. Why is K2 so deadly? For starters, it's not just the altitude, though at 28,251 feet, it's only 781 feet shorter than Everest. What makes K2 far more perilous is its unforgiving terrain. Mountaineers face treacherous weather, steep climbs, avalanches, and falling rocks, hazards that make K2 a life-or-death gamble. Just recently, K2 made headlines around the world when a young Pakistani porter, Muhammad Hassan, tragically died while trying to climb the mountain. His death shocked the climbing community, especially after footage emerged showing climbers passing him on their way to the summit. Norwegian climber Kristen Harila later stated they had spent time trying to help him but ultimately decided to continue forward to avoid their own danger. This incident is a harsh reminder of just how brutal and unforgiving K2 can be. When you're up there, the mountain shows no mercy. Many people think Everest is the ultimate challenge because it's the tallest mountain in the world. But when compared to K2, Everest seems almost tame. Jake Meyer, an experienced mountaineer who has climbed both K2 and Everest, explains the key differences. Everest has two popular routes, the South Col and the North Ridge. While they present significant challenges, they're navigable with the right preparation. On K2, however, there's no such thing as an easy route. Every ascent is a near vertical climb, with 45-degree slopes stretching from the base to the summit. Unlike Everest, where climbers have moments of relative calm, on K2, it's a constant battle with gravity. The conditions are extreme, and climbers need to be prepared for the worst at every step. One of the most significant dangers on K2 is the falling rocks and avalanches. Unlike Everest, where helmets are often optional except in specific areas like the Khumbu Icefall, on K2, helmets are mandatory the entire way. As Jake Meyer said, the second you step foot from the base of the route, it's crampons on, ice axes in hand, and helmets on, all the way to the top. The constant threat of rocks tumbling down and avalanches makes every moment on K2 a fight for survival. Even resting on K2 is fraught with danger. On Everest, campsites can accommodate hundreds of climbers, even on steep sections of the mountain. But on K2, the campsites are few and perilously small. Jake Meyer recalls moments where half his tent was hanging off the side of the mountain. Just imagine, not only are you battling the elements and exhaustion, but you're also trying to sleep while perched on the edge of a cliff. In fact, it's not just the risk of falling out of a tent. Meyer and his climbing partner had a close call when a falling rock shot through their tent at Camp 1, narrowly missing them. It's moments like these that make K2 not just a climb but a constant test of survival. Rescues on K2 are significantly more challenging than on Everest. On Everest, wide snow slopes make it easier to lower an injured climber down. Helicopters are also readily available, and rescue operations can be conducted relatively quickly. But on K2, the rocky terrain and steep paths make any rescue operation nearly impossible. If a climber is injured on K2, it often requires a team of at least 6 people to bring them down safely, and that's assuming the conditions allow it. Helicopter rescues are also rare and costly. Most rescue helicopters on K2 are provided by the Pakistani military, and chartering a private one can cost upwards of $30,000. It's no wonder that many climbers never make it back down if something goes wrong. Another reason Everest is considered safer is the presence of Sherpas. Sherpas, a Nepalese ethnic group, have been guiding climbers on Everest for decades. Their bodies are naturally adapted to high altitudes, and they play a crucial role in helping climbers reach the summit safely. On Everest, there are thousands of Sherpas available to assist during the climbing season. On K2, however, the story is different. While there are some Sherpas, their numbers are far fewer, which means climbers don't have the same level of support. This lack of assistance adds another layer of danger to an already perilous climb. The most dangerous part of K2 is a section known as the bottleneck. It's often compared to Everest's Khumbu icefall, but what makes the bottleneck far worse is its altitude. At 8,300 meters, 27,230 feet, climbers are already at the limit of human endurance. One misstep in this narrow, treacherous passage can lead to disaster. Meyer emphasizes that the bottleneck is where many climbers lose their lives. The combination of extreme altitude, narrow paths, and the constant threat of avalanches makes this part of K2 the most fearsome section of any mountain in the world. In the world of mountaineering, K2 stands as the ultimate challenge. Its unforgiving terrain, unpredictable weather, and steep climbs make it a mountain that demands respect. While Everest might be taller, K2 is deadlier, and for many climbers, that's what makes it the ultimate test of endurance and skill. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for interesting videos. See you next time.